I'm going to tell you how sea moss changed my life, and it can change yours too. It's kind of a funny story. So I wanted to incorporate more vegetables into my diet. And so I had a bright idea, not knowing this, it was a whole community out there that was doing it. Oh, you know what? I can just put some vegetables into my juice and make juice with some vegetables in there, right? And then I went down the rabbit hole. When I first started doing it, it was kind of challenging because I kind of just did it cold turkey. And again, what you seeking is seeking you. So one day I'm scrolling on TikTok. It's always TikTok involved. I'm on TikTok and then I see all of these. I see this one clip of it's talking about sea moss. I said, interesting. And I heard all the benefits of what taking sea moss can do for you. So that intrigued me. So one video turned into two videos turned into 3 videos, etc., etc. I didn't know where to get this sea moss. And me being me, I was kind of scared to order the sea moss gel or the raw sea moss online because I was new on this journey. So I didn't really know what it looked like for real. I didn't know anything. So I was hesitant. So I felt like I wanted to purchase it in person. One day I went to this shop where these people make oils, body oils and stuff like that. And in this shop, they had all the body oils on the wall, and you just tell them, "Oh, let me smell that. Let me smell this." And you can mismatch them. I don't know. You could pick and choose which one you want. They also had like herbs, oils that you could take. They had little prayer rugs in there. They had incense. They had all types of stuff in there. So I was looking around and I seen that they had sea moss and it was in a little bag. And I said, "Oh, this is the sea moss. So let me get it." Because prior to that, I did see videos of how you can make your own sea moss as well. And went home and made the sea moss. I started taking this sea moss for like 2 weeks straight. I noticed that I had better energy. I wasn't as hungry, so that allowed me to not eat as much. And at the time, I wasn't really eating anything anyways. I was only juicing. Better mood. I didn't have no headaches. Just an overall improvement on my life, on my health. And you could just feel it. Like, even though before I took the sea moss, I never felt sick or just unhealthy. But after I started taking the sea moss and I noticed the difference, the shift in my body, it's like, dang, like I could really feel my body. I don't know if that makes sense. But then boom, out of nowhere, I see a video and they talking about the difference between fake sea moss and real sea moss. And I'm like, what? And whole time I was taking the lab grown sea moss. Didn't even know. I was like, hey, it was still working though. Okay, so once you rinsed it out, what you want to do is just go ahead and cut the pieces that you want. Cut the pieces that you want to make the sea moss for. So that way when it's time to blend it, it's easier to blend. I think that should be enough. Then you want to put it in some water and let it soak overnight. Now you can let it soak for about 8 to 5 hours, but I just like to let it soak overnight. Because you got to think, this was super dry, super dehydrated. So we just adding the moisture back into it, so it'll be easier for us to blend it. Okay, so it's literally the next day and our sea moss has been sitting overnight. This is what it looks like. You know, you see the difference. It's translucent. Honestly, this is a little bit too much for what I wanted, but it's okay. So yeah, but like I said, you don't have to sit it overnight. I just like to sit it overnight to make sure it's all good, it's all back hydrated and stuff like that. You can at least sit it for 8 hours. Then what I like to do is take some sort of blender. I like to use this one. What's this? The NutriBullet one. Put some water in there. How much water that you want in there depends on you. Now, I will say the more water you add, the more like soupy it will be, even when it thickens up in the refrigerator, because once you put this in the refrigerator, it's going to thicken up. And I don't want mine super thick because I want to be able to swallow it. chill. These are just dry mangoes right here. And I'm just putting these in for the flavor that I want. Now we blend her up. And here she is. It's a little bit thicker than what I would have wanted. But if it is still too thick than what you wanted, all you have to do is just add some water in there once it thickens up in the refrigerator, and then you'll be good to go. But you see what I meant when I said that you're gonna get a lot. Look at all of this sea moss that we just made. $9. But this is a lot. A lot of sea moss that you can make at your house. And you know what? It actually don't taste like the sea. You know what I'm saying? It definitely tastes like the first time that I made. It's got a little, like a tiny hint
of something that been in the sea.
But other than that, yeah, I know that this gonna be real easy for me to take every day in the morning. The fake sea moss is grown in the lab. The real sea moss, they get it out of the sea. They harvest it from the sea. Now, they do still have the same benefits, but so your body does need 102 minerals to function properly. And sea moss gives you 92 of those minerals. So a lot of misconception about sea moss, I feel like. When you take sea moss, it curbs your appetite, right? The reason being is because you get in 92 of the minerals, 92 out of the 102 minerals that you need to function properly. So it's not necessarily curbing your appetite. It's just that you get in majority of the nutrients that you already need. So therefore, you're not craving anything or you're not hungry. So that's what that is. A lot of people don't really talk about the risk, right? And I won't even say risk. I would just say the side effects. Let's just say that, the side effects, which they're not really bad. But I would say take sea moss in moderation, meaning that, okay, you have a goal, you on a fast maybe, then take the sea moss however long the fast is and then stop. When you sick, take the sea moss when you sick. That's something that I do want to try. You know what I'm saying? Now, the reason why I say use it in moderation is simply because if you take too much of it, because it has iodine in it, which that is something that all of our cells in our body actually needs, is iodine. And a lot of us, most likely all of us, is somewhat deficient in iodine. But iodine within itself has a lot of health benefits. But if you do consume too much of it, I don't know what the percentage of how much iodine you need to take in a day or whatever. Like, is it 5 grams or whatever? I don't know. But if you take too much of it, consume too much of it, it can give you thyroid issues. Now, girl, why did I think for the longest when I heard the word thyroid, I thought it had something to deal with your thigh.
The ovaries, the brain, the lining of your stomach, even your eyes require significant amounts of iodine. I mean, also has another effect on cancer cells. It causes the cancer cell to commit suicide. Iodine also strengthens the thyroid, which increases your overall health. Iodine improves the immune system, and iodine also reduces inflammation.
But yeah, in a nutshell, that's the only risk that you taking, I guess, if you over consume it like every day for 20 years, you're gonna have thyroid issues. But every day for 30 days, that's not gonna be bad. Every day for 2 weeks, you good. I love you.